Hi Taurus, welcome to your monthly reading. I'm your Cosmic Auntie, and I'm so glad you're here. I really am, I really am. It's always such a pleasure to chat with you. I hope that, you're as well as you can be at this time, whenever this reading finds you. It can find you at any time and feel relevant to you. So please feel welcome to stick around. Okay. So let's start with the bell. If you're sensitive to sound, this is the time to turn down the volume of the reading, okay? Calling in Taurus. Beautiful, beautiful Taurus. Setting the tone. Get it? Okay, so I always say, as you pay attention to the messages, always bounce everything off your own intuition first and foremost. You know yourself best, right? You're the expert of you. So take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. You'll know when a message resonates and you'll know when one doesn't, okay? All right, Taurus. How can I be most helpful to the beautiful Taurus collective that finds this reading? Taurus. Oh, so we've got the Five of Wands. Interesting. Let's get some more, and then we'll get into it, okay? Taurus. So we have a full moon in the background in this card, and that's the first thing that my eye was drawn to. So that could definitely be significant. Knight of Pentacles. And we've got the crescent moon too. All right. Let's get more. What else? What's going on here? Oh, okay. All right, so we've got the Devil, the Ten of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Empress. All right, Taurus, what's going on here? It looks like there's the first thing that I heard was a cool idea. There's a cool idea that is being like acted upon. There's action items here going into this idea. It's in motion, it has roots, it's like in the works, okay, with the Knight of Pentacles. It's a good idea. It's a good idea, for sure, okay? This is awesome. It's just interesting. It has a lot of growth potential as well. Okay, with the Empress here, it's what I mean. It's in motion. It's being birthed into reality. It's being nurtured. It is growing. It is got lots of growth potential, and it's something that nourishes you as well as others. It's very transformative, whatever this is, okay? Like it's very transformative with the Death card here. And abundant and prosperous with the Ten of Pentacles. For you as well as others. There's something there with that. Like it really is something that nourishes you as well as others. And there's others involved in like the action of building it or of growing it or doing something. Okay, there's that. Yeah, so this might be like a group effort in some way, or you know, there's a certain kind of like collective, or there's a certain kind of specific field, right? Like making your way in a specific field of work, of career, of business, whatever this is for you, of art, of literally anything. So it literally anything. If this like energy resonates with you, fill in your personal details, because there's something that is being built, something that is being actioned. There is motion. It is steady. It is persistent. It is intentional. There's something being brought about here. There's something that's being grown. There's something that's being birthed into reality, and it is growing good, strong legs, okay? And it has a good, strong root system to grow, okay? So, but it feels like I'm catching this energy still in a fresh-ish state. Like the root system is developing. Things are happening kind of a little bit more underground, I feel like, where I'm catching this energy. Again, root systems being established for the growth trajectory of whatever this is, okay? Whatever this is for you. There might be a little bit of competition in this, like if this is about work, like there might be a little bit of like competition. It's not necessarily something that I feel is bad, like, you know, especially if there's business. It's like there's almost something where there's like probing for service gaps in this energy, like being like, okay, you know, like probing for service gaps and seeing how you and whatever it is that you are building and developing can fill those gaps, while remaining authentic and true to you and to your idea and to the group's idea, whatever it is, right? This is very interesting energy, Taurus. But we have the devil here, and there's like, it's just something that's like nagging at me. There's something that just, it feels like it's just kind of, yeah, I mean, like, look at like the motion of it. It's like, you know, being creeping behind the Knight of Pentacles here. So, I mean, only take this if this resonates, but some of you, you know, might be dealing with conflict within the group as you're developing something. You know, that might be something that's there. With the Five of Wands, it's just kind of a kerfuffle. So there might be like, you know, and that's part of working with groups. It's part of working with people. It's part of working in community. It happens, right? There might be just like a little bit of some, scuffling and shuffling. Others of you, this is something that comes up with the Five of Wands often, is that even if there's like a saturated field in something, or, you know, there's lots of people doing it, no one can do it like you. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this feels like it's kind of like steamrolling, like bulldozing away. And this is what the Five of Wands is all about. It's like showing up and showing what you're made of, and knowing that you deserve to be in any spaces that you want to be in. So, you know, this is a big deal. So if this is about work, there just could be like, you know, kind of a little devil on your shoulder kind of energy. If this is about, like family, some of you like to kind of get off the work or developing like a work idea, that's just coming through so strongly, whether it's an initiative or it's a business or it's whatever it is, that's really just coming in really strongly. But something else that's coming through is like family. Some of you might be, preparing to welcome like a new member of your family. You know, some of you are maybe close to giving birth, or are in the process of pregnancy, or your partner is pregnant, or there's a desire for that. There's a good, strong foundation. Okay, so again, take that as it resonates. So you've built some good, strong legs to grow on, and there's a lot of cohesion, and it feels like a really solid family base. there just might be like, again, so, like some scuffling and kerfuffling. And you may, you know, really need to establish some like boundaries, like physical boundaries. And when I say like physical boundaries, is just like kind of it's nesting energy, Taurus. So for any of you who are expecting wherever you are and along that journey, there's just like some nesting energy here, and kind of really, really like streamlining your like availability. I don't know, there's something like, this is really specific, but just being kind of like just a little I'm just gonna say it. Just being discerning about who's you're, you know, coming over, you know, like who you're allowing to come over. That's just what I'm gonna say. Like, that's just how it's coming through in my mind too. It's just like, be discerning about who you're allowing to like come over and visit. And I'm not necessarily sensing like any like malevolence or anything with that. It feels like they're just, you know, if you're really getting ready to give birth, it's like, again, nesting, and being, again, discerning about who you're allowing in your space to help you with that, to assist you where you feel comfortable, as well as like after, you know, the baby is born, everything like that. Like, just becoming really like clear on your boundaries. It might ruffle some feathers, but because of the 5 of Wands, it happens. But again, there's no like malevolence or like shadiness in it. It's just being responsible for your space, your time, your energy, and what it is that you are doing. Okay, and again, wherever you fall in along the lines of like family planning and like family foundations, okay? Because like, look, I love this Death card so much. So some of you, this could be a second child for some of you. Yeah. There's just like a lot of beautiful growth here, Taurus. There's a lot of beautiful growth, whether it's work, family, or like both. Community as well. I see that really strongly here too. The 10 of Pentacles, like really feeling like an active member of community and like getting out there, right? Getting out there. And showing up, showing what you're made of. And, you know, doing it with like the devil on your shoulder a little bit, like that's attempting to say, you can't do that, or whatever self-doubts come up, or because it really feels like there's like there's discomfort here, but it's just, it's not being like set aside, so to speak. What is going on here? Let's get a clarifier, because it's you're doing it anyway. The self-doubt pops up, but you move through it. That's what I feel. Or, you know, old unhealthy habits might come up that might take you off for a second, but you catch it and you move through it. And there's a real focus on what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're growing, what it is that this next level is occurring. Like, there's a lot that's being built upon. Again, whatever this is, the root system is strong, and there's so much growth potential, so much room to build. This is transformational. This is transformative. This is a whole new season of your life. whole new realities are being birthed, you know, through you, through your creativity, through your intelligence, through your compassion, your connections, you know, for some of you, even your physical body, through like birth, but also some of you too, like with physical like effort, you know, building something physical, even for some of you. Yeah, King of Pentacles for clarifying the Devil. It's like there's things, right when like you're on something, you're doing something, like these self-doubts come through and try to shroud you, right? But this, look, you got the Ace of Swords. This is you. This is your sword of truth. You can cut through those cobwebs. And remember, like, you're not alone. Yeah, you're not alone. Look at that. This card is always so sad. The Nine of Wands. It's almost like there's this energy that comes out of like left field or somewhere off, like all of a sudden it just like a mist comes through, and it's attempting to, like, it almost attempts to, like, this energy, it's so interesting, Taurus. So there's almost like this scarcity energy that comes through. There's these old, you know, like this devil energy. It's tricky. It's literally tricky. It almost feels like it's, this energy attempts to fool you and bring you back to a state of isolation, feeling lost. You know, this individual feels like lonely and sad and like lost and confused. It almost feels like there's these staircases, and it's like, yeah. And I just heard you're trying, this is so intense, but like when I look at this card, what's coming through is like trying so hard and getting nowhere. Because the Nine of Wands is a lot of effort. It's coming to the end of a cycle. So there's almost like there's this energy, and it can be, again, manifesting as self-doubt, imposter syndrome, you know, guilt, shame, whatever it is that can really like stop you in your tracks. That could be happening from time to time as you're working on what you're working on, and as you're building the framework of this whole new chapter, this next level of whatever it is that you are working on, building and doing, and it is absolutely growing. Like, this energy is beautiful. It's like there's this tricky energy that it really does feel like imposter syndrome, loneliness. Like, it almost just kind of comes out and tries to shroud the truth of the result of what it is that you're doing, the success of this, right? From the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. It's like, you know, self-sabotage. Here I come to ruin the day. And isn't it like that too? Like, when you feel that sabotage, like that sabotage energy. And it's important to, you know, address it, and also know that you're not alone, and like to work through it with you know, trusted professionals, you know, trusted friends that you can chat with to, you know, redirect the mind, or just be like, hey, like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing this, and I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, like, who am I to do this, right? But absolutely, you are you, and the world is a better place with you in it, and the things that you do and build, and whatever it is that you're out there doing, out there growing, it's, again, nourishing you as well as others. There's this like real intention that I feel with that, Taurus. You know, some of you too could also be experiencing this like externally, because there's some really cool things here. Like this is very, very beautiful, solid, prosperous, like creative, transformative, like abundant energy here. And people can get weird, you know, so that can trigger things in other people, and they could, you know, be a little me a little bit like I don't even know how to put it, but yeah, however this is manifesting. And if you ever find a mist that blows through and shrouds your vision for a second and brings up like old things, or, you know, things that kind of can derail you, right? Which we all have. And when it does, like drawing attention to them can help us understand ourselves at a deeper level. So with the King of Pentacles being here, remember that you're solid. Ground your energy. This is earth energy we're talking about here. This is Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. This is very deeply rooted, very deeply grounded energy. So whatever is thrown your way to kind of attempt to throw you off, whether that come internally, externally, or both, all right, just know that you've got this. And nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. So we've got the Page of Cups. So this is tenderness. And we got the Magician. Curiosity. Taking care of yourself as well as others, right? There's a real beautiful sensitivity here. And again, definitely some of you, your family is growing. Your family is growing in some way. Interesting. So I just cut the deck to the Four of Swords, and then also the Five of Cups, which is also a really uncomfortable card in this deck. It always like, it's just so strange. You're leveling up, Taurus, and it's almost like there's this, again, it's really coming through as like self-sabotage, and it links to somewhere. And so I encourage you to, if you don't know already, you probably do, I just heard, I'm scared to do it wrong. I'm scared to do it wrong. But you won't, and if there's wrong turns, you'll course correct, and if there's mistakes, you'll learn from them, right? And I'm really listening to myself say that out loud, because I certainly can use that message too. So, and that's part of the journey. It's part of the process of living, right, Taurus? And of building something, and of forming and strengthening community and conflict resolution, however that may look, and standing strong in your boundaries as well, and nurturing yourself and preparing yourself for this next level, because there's major transformation here, and there's major growth potential. There's so much room to grow. Like, again, a lot of this is, I feel like I'm catching this energy as it's just sprouting the earth, but the root system is already really strong. It's ready to grow something beautiful and big and strong and long lasting that enriches your life, the lives of others, and the community and the earth. Like, I'm serious. I am so serious. And I know that if you're still here and you're resonating with this, you're like, I'm serious too. I am so serious too. I just know that it's totally normal when you're on the brink of breakthroughs and you're growing and you're leveling up and you're being brave, you know, you're boldly going in the direction you're feeling called to go, and at times feeling scared but doing it anyway, you know, that can be really confronting, but it's also really, like, there's a lot of evolution. And what I was just, trying to say is that it's totally, totally normal for self-doubt to creep in. It's part of life as well, as much as it is kind of annoying and like challenging, but it's normal for it to come up. Just, I don't really sense you being derailed by it for too long. It might derail a little bit, and again, that's okay, but it's getting quicker with noticing it, okay? But it's weird. I feel like I can't quite get the energy, but it's almost like there's these kind of tactics that may have like derailed you in a bigger way being thrown at you, again, internally, externally, and it's not working as well. And I hope that you take notice of that and feel proud of yourself. And that's part of the growth, probably, too, is the strength of you. Winter's dream, gestation period. Yeah, what have we been talking about here? So there's something growing. There's something growing and is about to be born. But it's being birthed into reality, but it's still forming. That's so interesting. Heart, home, compassion. So continue to have compassion for yourself, for the process, nourishing your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, showing up, showing what you're made of, not letting, certain self-doubt, shame spirals take you out for too long, feeling scared and doing it anyway when it comes to living your life to the fullest and taking action on things that really call you, and they're in the work. Like, literally, this is already happening. It's just super exciting. I love that, because I am recording this in the fall, so you could find this at any time, but throughout the winter could be this gestation period, and come spring there will be more showing above ground. Again, some of you might even be your due date might be in the spring. Oh, maybe some Tauruses are having some Tauruses. That's so cute. But right now it's like it's in gestation. It's forming. It's becoming stronger and stronger and more solid, and it has so much growth potential. Overwhelm, overflow, and plenty. So there's a lot of gratitude here. It's like really seeing things that you've dreamt of come to life. And whatever these little tricky, like, confusing, I heard attack forces are, just know you're stronger than them. You're stronger than them, and keep eyes on the prize, cruising in your lane. Nothing can stop you now. I feel like that's a lyric to a song. Like, I'm hearing that, like, I feel like it's a Queen song. And it's like, having a good time. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna find it and link it in the description. Star Mother Arrakis 23. Whoa, beautiful. Be the king who has made his own kingdom. Be the moon that has made her own summit. How much longer will you cuckoo like a pigeon? Empty your head of all mortal lusts and become life without breath. You will not call out for God anymore, for you have become immersed in God. Rumi. Wow. Your star mother, Arrakis, dances with your soul on the celestial inner planes. She dances in the embrace of Father Sky, shining white and pale, deep in devotion to the light behind all that is. Arrakis, dancing star of the heavens, incites our souls to feel the rhythm of life and surrender to it in flow, in grace, stumbling and in play, like a child who thinks not of the right steps, but just moves with music and with joy. She reminds you to dance freely and from your heart. She reminds you that your soul is constantly dancing with the divine. What better way to connect with the joy and beauty of your soul than to mimic its movements? So dance, beloved. Let your being dance. O Arrakis, your bright beauty penetrates even the darkest of minds to remember, remember, remember. She calls out, her voice is music to our hearts. You are a child of heaven. You are born of such regal stuff, dear dancing child of the stars. When you suffer, I send you my comfort as stars falling from the sky. When you triumph, my dance becomes wild, and light erupts from my heart in all directions. The light becomes music, stirring within you with an urge almost inexplicable and yet so very deep and real. To make music, to create art, to dance, to play, to be at one with the joyful creative energy that dwells within you, beloved. Whoa, listen to this. Star child, earth angel, divine creature, your star mother keeps an eye on all the wild games happening in the sacred playground of earth. She will care for you, righteous and true, shining divine justice and protection. No bully shall prevail over you. No bully from within you shall prevail either. No lies, deceit, or injustice shall temper your wild truths. Be demanding and claiming her love for you. Learn how to love yourself as she loves you, with wild, unconditional, passionate regard. Be like the child wailing for its mother. Ma, 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 come close. Then she descends, like a torrential downpour of devotional light. A tsunami of affection is unleashed. A rampaging cosmic tigress hurtles towards you, her claws gripping the fabric of the skies as she rushes to protect her beloved cub. She will fight for you against the forces that will dull you and dumb you down, obscure your brilliance, and stultify your free-form dance into strict, choreographed movements. She will pour her luminous essence into every crevice of your demanding soul. Nothing can resist her light. All shall be washed and revived in the outpouring of her luminous love. Then, sated and content, you are the child so secure in the love of the mother, you trust in life implicitly and in what is brought to your door. You do not succumb to untruths. You do not resist because you are safe, held in the love of the mother. You have no need to resist. What is there to resist? Nothing. There is only the loving truth in your world, and all is at peace in your heart. And should